Hello everyone. Today in this video, we'll talk about how to start meditating for absolute beginners who find meditation very hard to do. If you're one of those people who think about, oh, there are so many people, they can just sit there and do nothing, that's so cool. And science has proven so many benefits of meditation. But when you sit there, you're like, oh shit, I cannot do this. And it's extremely difficult in the beginning. It's true, it has a big learning curve, but I swear it gets easier and easier. And you can just sit as long as you want. It's really fun. But that's not our point. Our point is, so for people who cannot get started, which is pretty much everybody, including all my super advanced friends and including myself as well. So it's very, very normal, first of all, because our brain is not wired to meditate. We're wired to do the exact opposite, which is to think, right? That is the nature of a human brain. So, well, congratulations, you're a human. What can you do? But anyhow, in this video, I want to share some practical tips that helped me and some other people because I get asked this question a lot. So I just wanted to share. First of all, we really need to address a myth, which is meditation is not sit still and think nothing. Unless you're, I don't know, God or something, you were born like a God, you cannot just sit there and think nothing. So even when you see people who are very advanced and sitting there, looks like they are so calm and peaceful, think nothing. That's not true. Usually something will come up, and meditation is about how to work with it to bring yourself back. And it's like a muscle that you can strengthen. And the more you do that, the longer you can, let's say, think nothing, and the more comfortable you are about when something happens and you're completely fine with it, you just let it be and bring it back. And it became a very automatic process. Anyhow, so I want to mention that first. So just know it's super normal to think about things. It's really about what do you do with the things that come up. That's the point of meditation. That is why life is meditation and meditation is life, because with the meditation training, then you will gain the skill how to deal with things when they come up in real life as well. So on the cushion is literally the easiest training ground, and it's so safe with no extractions to prep you for the real game, which is off the cushion game. That is your life. All right, who's ready for the tips?
Let's go!
As I mentioned earlier, so meditation is life, life is meditation, which you may or may not know that by doing stuff in your real life, and it can prep you for better meditation, and it will make meditation easier. So the first one is just smile more and laugh more, because this is a very easy hack to bring you back into the present moment. Because when you're smiling and laughing, not a fake smile, because you can fake smile and that doesn't count. So when you're genuinely smiling and laughing, there's no way your brain is restless and think about something else, and you are absolutely in the present moment. And the more you are in your present moment in your daily life, the easier it will get when you are meditating. So smile, yay! And the second one is gratitude, which is another gateway, another hack, I should say, to go back to the present moment. Because this is just so fascinating. It's just so interesting to me, because the whole thing is literally to do nothing and think nothing, right? And you're calm and in the present moment. But our brain just always has to do something. So all the things we are talking about is pretty much to satisfy this human brain to do things, to trick it into doing certain things, but actually to teach it to do nothing. And as long as we keep going, and it has a cumulative effect, and your brain will slow down more and more, be more and more calm, and it will get easier. So gratitude is another trick to trick your mind to go back to the present moment. Because when you're noticing the things, wow, I can talk. Right. And actually, I'm fluent in Mandarin and I can read Chinese and I have my gestures, I have my mobility, and I have working eye, and I have electronics that I can afford and record. And oh God, there's internet, right? There's internet that I can share things with people and I can find things that I want to hear and I want to learn. Isn't that just so amazing, the era we live in? But anyway, so my point is when you're being grateful about the things you love and whatever it is, it automatically brings you back to a present moment. That's the second one. I do keep a gratitude journal. I've been doing it for years. Speaking of this topic, I want to share one of my favorite books, which is Magic by Rhonda Byrne. Because as you know, the whole happiness thing or mental health, however you want to call it, is easier said than done. So you probably already know what to do, what's good for you, but it's just very hard to do, right? So it's more about doing it and making it easier for you to keep a healthier habit little by little. So I recommend this book because it's full of exercises. It's literally a 28-day gratitude practice exercise book. Every day they give you something to do, again, to be grateful for, and it will be a habit. I have that book and I've done that. I don't even remember how many rounds. And for the friends I recommend this book to, they even do it with their family. And it's just such a loving and a nice activity to do together as a group. To do, let's call it a 28-day challenge or whatever it is. You'll see if you like it, but I recommend doing the thing, not just listening to the things I say or other people recommend. Another point I want to bring up is not everything I say is going to work for you, right? And it's normal. We're all very different. So just don't beat yourself up. Only find the one that works for you. And you are your own teacher because you know yourself better. That's your area of expertise. So you are your best teacher, in fact. But listening to videos like my video, whatever, or reading other people's books, you will find it's kind of like a parallel learning because other people has gone through so many other things and they can share what they learned, and you just pick whatever works for you. That saves you time because you don't have to go through all of these things. You can just get the summary from other people. It's kind of like a happiness buffet that we're providing for you, and you just pick your favorite dishes. No need to try them all, and just see it for yourself and trust yourself. Only do the things that you feel is right and works for you. Third one is just by being a good person and loving and kind. Do something nice. This literally helps so significantly in your meditation. And I cannot emphasize this enough. That's why I was thinking that's probably why in so many different traditions, there's always this ethics element of all the different religions, right? Because that's kind of like a foundation. Let me give you an example. Let's say I'm being really, really mean today, and I said something very harsh to my husband that I shouldn't have said. Just by doing that, do you know how much more difficult my meditation is going to be after that? How much time I'm going to waste on just thinking about this and regret about it, right? So this is what I mean. Just genuinely by being a good, loving, and kind person, and smile more, right? Like what we talked about. That gives you something to feel good about, and it will make your meditation much softer and make the things that come up so much easier to work with. Because sometimes what came up is just some happy thoughts, and you're totally unbothered and you can sit for as long as you want because let them be. I've done good in the past. I'm happy for what I did, right? Versus, oh my God, I really shouldn't have said that, blah, 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 or whatever it is. The negative emotion, when that is triggered, the thoughts can really snowball, and the train of thoughts is much harder to stop and be back to the present. So let's just give us some easier time in meditation by prepping it in advance to be a good person and loving and kind whenever you can. Another one that we kind of touched upon is minimizes the regrets, so that in your meditation you are easier to meditate, right? So I want to bring up one thing. I think it's from Jeff Bezos. They said for his decision making, it doesn't matter small or big. He just really tries to minimize his regrets. And what should I decide on to make me regret much less later, right? So this is funny because I'm, Amazon building and I'm talking about Jeff Bezos. But anyway, this will make your meditation easier too because you have less regrets. But again, do not beat yourself up. This is really about having fun and being chill. If you are so worked up about being chill, then this is defeating the purpose, right? So if regrets do come up, just forgive yourself right there. What's done is done. I forgive myself for doing that. I forgive myself for not understanding the consequences of that. But now I see the consequence and I determine to not do it again next time. And I learned. I'm happy. I'm a better person now. And I've done something good, right? And the next one is if it's really hard to start, you can focus more on short and consistent practice. Consistent is really the key. Instead of trying to aim high to sit for so long, even 5 minutes is good. Just really make a consistent habit and reward yourself for things that you have accomplished, like meditating for 5 days straight, whatever it is, right? That will create the reinforcement learning positively for your brain to want to meditate more, and it will get much easier. So another one I want to mention is this micro meditation. My pronunciation is not native. I meant MICRO, the micro meditation. That you can do in your daily life off the cushion. Another hack. So why don't you just make up some of your own small meditations, especially when you are waiting? Because our brain always wants to do the next thing, plan the next thing over and over again, or think about the past over and over again, worry about the future, whatever it is. Give it some break. When you're waiting, can we be waiting more patiently just by being there, smile, and then radiating some loving kindness to the people before you or after you, or even to the cashier, and wish them have a good day, and whatever it is. All this, let's call it wholesome mind or happy thoughts, or even it's just a mental, nobody knows you're doing it, but you're like a little elf just trying to radiate some loving energy to people around you. That's huge. That will, one, bring you back to the present moment to make your meditation easier. Two, it's something good you did, right? So that makes you feel good right there, and that makes you feel good later on when you think about what you have done in the past. In psychology, it's called savoring the past. When it's positive, it actually really boosts people's happiness as well. Oh, another place that I find really fun to do this, invent my own micro meditation, even in walking, is at the airport. Because airport is a place where things can change unexpectedly, and you need to wait by default, right? And that's really an interesting place. If you can nail the airport, just be happy at the airport and wait patiently and be present and do whatever you need to do, but not rushing or get pissed off if some plan has to change, not according to what you wanted to do. Just to see how you react at an airport, and even radiating some calming energy to people around you, because you can see from their face that a lot of people are really rushing and pissed off. So anyway, that could be a little a test for you to see every time you go to the airport and check your mental state and how you are doing at an airport. That's your challenge. And sometimes even take a walk. I really, really love looking at the sky because the clouds are, it's just so fascinating to me how beautiful the clouds are. But you may find some other beauty in life that you find really connect to, and that can be a micro meditation for you. And it's easier. You don't even really think about it and meditating, but just be in present moment and enjoy that beauty. So that is also training your mind to be more calm and relaxed, more present, helps with your next meditation sitting. Another thing is really make the meditation enjoyable. Make meditation enjoyable is really the key to sustain your meditation and sit longer and longer. So that is why I had my breakthrough with loving kindness meditation. For those of you who might know, it's called Metta, METTA, not Facebook. The Metta meditation, you're radiating this loving kind. Metta means loving kindness in Pali. So you're radiating metta to yourself first. It's always yourself first, because you can only take care of others after you take care of yourself, and you can only be loving and kind to others when you are already loving and kind to yourself, which I think some of you probably can really testify this, because if I'm not loving and kind to myself, and I would be more irritable and more mean to other people for sure. So that is a feeling that's usually very enjoyable for people to do. So I recommend find what's enjoyable for you to do. So for me, it's loving kindness meditation, because it's the enjoyable nature. I can meditate longer. So what it means is, probably most of the audience are familiar with breath meditation. So it's very simple, this loving kindness meditation. You just substitute the breath with this loving, warm feeling inside of your heart. If you're having a hard time having that feeling coming up, think about your pet or other people's pet, or a very cute chubby baby, definitely not a crying baby. Or for people like me who love watching Ghibli movies, you think about, Totoro or whatever, something really cute, and that just makes you naturally happy and have a natural smile and keep the smile going. You can meditate with the corners of your lips up, which, by the way, according to a study from University of Minnesota, even by fake your smile, by just lifting the corner of your lips for a while, you naturally feel better and you will have a genuine smile. So that is always a good starting point. You smile, you bring out this loving kindness feeling towards yourself and wish yourself happy and wish yourself at peace, and whatever it is that's speaking to you at the moment. Maybe you have a deadline, you wish yourself have a smooth deadline. Whatever it is, literally, this is your game. You should own it and invent fun things for yourself to do. And then you just meditate on that feeling. When something comes up, you recognize you're distracted, you just release it and relax, smile, and then come back to that loving kindness feeling. And you can substitute loving kindness feeling with whatever other things that you want to use as your object of meditation. And maybe even give me a comment. I'm always interested in learning more of what works for people. And it can help other audience as well to have fun together. And another tip, which is quite important, is to find the time that works for you. I think the morning routine is really good, but sometimes I feel it's overrated because your body clock could be completely different. Some people might just meditate better at night. So you can experiment with different times of the day, either before or after coffee or whatever it is. So for me, it's always after I eat breakfast, after coffee, and when I feel good, and maybe after a little bit time of digesting. that's my best time to meditate and sit long. Even at the retreat, we have a set schedule to wake up at 5:30. We start doing some morning precepts at 6 and then meditate. And for someone like me who could usually sit for as long as I want, but before my coffee at that time, I never had very good meditation at all. So I usually may just break my meditation after 10 or 20 minutes, just take a walk. Sometimes I even go back to sleep. So anyway, actually this retreat, I even started just recording my dreams because I found so many things I could learn from my dreams. I could learn in my dream that I'm not learning in my wakeful life, which I started doing that instead of doing the morning meditation before my coffee, which just doesn't work for me. So you should find what time that works for you to have an exploratory phase to find that, then keep it consistent and do it every day and have small milestones to celebrate and reward yourself. So another tip I use myself is I call it the reverse Pomodoro technique because I'm using the Pomodoro timer, but in a very different way. The Pomodoro technique, which is usually the 25 minutes timer to have you focused without any distractions. The original purpose of this thing, actually, that is the purpose of this thing. I just invented my own purpose. But the purpose of Pomodoro technique is to have the timer so that you can focus on your task without distraction. Then you reward yourself a 5-minute break and then you do another focus session, right? Which is great. I did that too. But these days, I started using that as a way to basically break my too focused mindset. Sometimes when you're working and so focused for so long, your brain gets really tight. So there's tightness and tension you can feel in your head, which I find is really something you should relax. Because if you are constantly in that tightness and tension state, it's very restless. The mind is very restless, always chasing something, and that's very difficult state to meditate. So to break that habit, I use Pomodoro technique to force myself to stop working after a certain period of time. Then when the timer's up, I reward myself with a meditation. I'm like using it in a different way just so I don't have too much tightness and tension throughout the day, just to make sure my mind is calm and relaxed. Which, by the way, this is a productivity tip that I can share with you guys, because sometimes when you're so focused and you're really like in tunnel vision, you might be doing something that's really unnecessary and you're doing it just because of the inertia, such as writing a code for something, which, I'm a computer scientist, but whatever it is for you. So with a break reminder, just a time's up, it's a very good way to just bring yourself back and reevaluate your work situation. Should you actually keep going or not? Because sometimes I realize, wait a minute, I'm right now in a rabbit hole, but I'm doing something completely defeat the purpose of why I'm working on this. It's unnecessary. It's not what I need right now. So I find that forcing yourself to stop working is actually very productive for me, because then you're actually doing what matters and what is really needed instead of mindlessly started doing something for the sake of doing something. As you know, it's really not about just putting in hours. It's about putting in the right hours on the right things, right? So that was overwhelming. I've mentioned so many things that I can just think of. As I mentioned, the goal is to give you a happiness buffet, and even you just missed some parts when I'm talking, that's totally fine. And you don't have to go back to listen to everything I say. Maybe some things just don't click, and then you automatically started wandering to some other places, right? So even before you watch a video, one thing I do, so because I barely go back to a video if I miss something, because I think that's just the habitual tendency that I have to get everything, but it's endless. There's just endless information these days, and there's no point for me to know everything. So usually before I watch a video like this or whatever, I would just say, let me hear what I need to hear. And that really gives me a very relaxing mindset to listen to whatever. And I know I will hear what I need to hear. And that's what's needed anyway. And that's what matters, right? So hopefully you find something that mattered to you and is useful for you. But I do want to summarize some very quick actionable tips for you, just so you know where to start. First one, as we mentioned, set a routine and be consistent. Be consistent is much better than aiming really high to sit for an hour in the beginning. Even 5 minutes is good. Accountability is great too. Maybe have your own accountability partner. I found this app called Finch Care, really cute, and I love it. And they have accountability feature where you can build a habit together with your friend, or just simply share your progress with your friend. And that's really helpful for starting a new habit. And that app is just really cute. The second little tip is before you sit, just decide. Doesn't matter how busy you are. You have 5 minutes to spare. I swear you do, okay? Even 10, actually even a half hour, but let's make it simple and easier. Let's say you're sitting for 10 minutes. Before you start, don't rush into a meditation. That's really the opposite of meditation. Just really sit there and just think about it and decide. This is my intention for meditation, and I have this next 10 minutes to meditate. I do not need to be at anywhere else. I do not to plan. I do not need to think about anything. This is my modern relaxation vacation. Just set your intention like that. Whenever something come up, you want to really do something, you can wait for 10 minutes. It's okay. Just 10 minutes. That is all we're asking, right? So just let everything go. No planning. You can plan all you want after 10 minutes. So decide this your 10 minutes for your vacation in your mind and enjoy it. The last thing is find your favorite guided meditation, because for beginners, it's much harder to sit with nothing. The mind can be all over the place. It's much easier to find something to focus on, such as your favorite guided meditation, or invent your own guided meditation, or use the Totoro or a cute pet or cute baby meditation, whatever that's easier for you to focus on. But I don't like the word focus. It's because it feels tight. It's not really focus, but to be your anchor, to be your object of meditation, and smile and have that feeling. And have that. You can, by the way, there's no right or wrong. You don't need to get it, oh, this is my object of meditation for life. No, just experiment with different things and see which one is easier for you. And then use that as your object of meditation and see, how long you can sit with that. Because when you have very enjoyable object of meditation, it's possible that you'll sit longer than the 10 minutes you decided. And I would highly recommend just sit longer when the sitting is good, but it's all up to you depending on your schedule and whatever. So that's what I wanted to share today. And as I mentioned, this is a happiness buffet. My role is just a toolbox to bring you this whole buffet as much as I can. But it's your job to be your own teacher to find what works for you and see it for yourself. But you need to do it to see if it works or not, and let me know. I would love to know if it works or not for you. Have fun. It's a really fun journey, and do not forget, meditation is life, life is meditation. We practice both on and off the cushion, and have fun is the key. Thank you for tuning in, and we love you. If you find something useful out of the video, I'm so happy for you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hype. It will really help me a lot to create more content like this. See you next time!